Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into something quite specific, an exclusive invitation we got our hands on. It's from Lou Bortone, the video marketing strategist.
That's right. And the invitation is for something he calls brand renaissance.
Yeah, Brand Renaissance. It's pitched as this year-long one-on-one program.
Mm-hmm. And it's aimed at established folks, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, industry icons, that sort of profile.
Right, people who are already successful but maybe looking to really shake up their digital presence. So our mission here is to unpack what this is all about.
And right off the bat, the document frames the current situation in a pretty stark way. It talks about these two huge factors, elephants in the room, as it calls them.
Okay, what are they?
Well, first, the political environment uses this phrase, the deconstruction zone.
Interesting term.
And the second, no surprise here, artificial intelligence.
AI.
Yeah, yes.
It's a big one.
Exactly. And the argument is that these two things, politics and AI, aren't just minor ripples. They're fundamentally changing how business gets done. Old strategies, maybe not so effective anymore.
That sets a pretty dramatic stage. And it leads directly into the core problem this program, Brand Renaissance, is trying to solve, right?
Precisely. It's aimed at those successful business owners, people who've built something great, but who now face this risk of, well, becoming irrelevant.
Irrelevant, even if they're currently successful.
Yeah, the idea is that their branding, maybe what worked perfectly 5 or 10 years ago, just isn't cutting it anymore. It doesn't resonate in this new landscape.
So what does that feel like for someone? What are the symptoms, according to this?
The document touches on a few things, like feeling you're not adapting fast enough, feeling overwhelmed by just everything online.
Digital overwhelm, yeah. I hear that a lot, don't you?
Or a disconnect. Like your brand message isn't landing, or maybe it doesn't even reflect who you are now after years of growth and evolution.
Right, and that leads to missed opportunities, maybe. Your brand isn't showing off how brilliant you actually are today.
Exactly. That's the core problem.
Yeah.
And then naturally, it positions brand renaissance as the solution.
So not just a quick fix.
No. It's presented as a complete overhaul, a transformation. The goal is to help these leaders reach an audience that's, frankly, really distracted.
Makes sense. And how does it propose doing that?
Through a combination of things. Strategic video marketing, that's Lou Bortone's specialty, of course, but also smart digital media use, integrating AI workflows, and focusing on high-impact content. It's about reimagining the brand from the inside out.
Okay, let's dig into that. There's this line in the material, borrowing from Steve Martin, be so good they can't ignore you, but adapted for the age of AI. What's the twist here?
Well, it's like, okay, AI can churn out decent content, mountains of it sometimes.
True.
So just being good isn't the differentiator anymore. The invitation argues you need to be so authentically good, so uniquely you, and so visible that you become, well, irresistible, unmissable.
So authenticity and visibility become paramount because AI can't replicate genuine human connection and perspective.
That's the core idea. AI can simulate, but it can't be you. So amplifying your unique voice, your real experiences, your personality, and making sure people actually see and hear it, that's how you stand out. You become the signal in the noise.
I see. It's about rising above the automated clutter. So let's talk specifics about the target audience again. Who exactly is Lou Bortone trying to connect with here?
It's pretty targeted. Established entrepreneurs, people who've built something solid already, speakers looking for a bigger stage, thought leaders wanting more impact.
Right. And it mentions specific pain points they might be feeling.
Yeah, quite a few. Like knowing you need a bigger platform, but not knowing how to build it effectively.
Yeah.
Or looking at your own messaging and feeling like, ugh, this sounds dated.
Or just feeling invisible online, despite your expertise.
Exactly. Feeling lost in the crowd. Or maybe actively struggling to keep up, especially with AI content flooding feeds. That feeling of, how do I compete?
And other things, too, like lacking a clear content plan. Just throwing spaghetti at the wall.
Or seeing revenue plateau, feeling like you've hit a ceiling, and definitely the overwhelm of creating all of that content constantly.
Yeah, the contact treadmill.
For sure. And finally, maybe a bigger picture thing, thinking about legacy, wanting to make sure your work endures and stays relevant.
So it's really for people who are successful but feeling stuck or anxious about the future in this new digital age?
That sums it up well. They know they need to evolve, but they want a strategic guide.
Okay, let's get into the mechanics. The program uses something called the STAR marketing method. STAR. What does the S stand for?
S is for strategy. And this is absolutely foundational. The document really stresses that a one-size-fits-all approach is useless here.
Makes sense for established leaders, so what does strategy involve?
It starts with your goals. What do you actually want to achieve? Then there's this 360-degree video assessment.
Okay, what's that? Like a video audit?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
A deep look at everything you're doing with video or not doing. What's working, what isn't, where the gaps are. And the aim of all this is to find your unique video sweet spot.
Video sweet spot. Intriguing term. What does that mean practically?
It's finding that perfect overlap, between the video style where you really shine, where you're most natural and compelling,
Okay.
and the platforms where your ideal audience actually hangs out and pays attention.
Ah, I see. So maybe you're great at long-form interviews, but your audience is all on TikTok consuming 60-second clips. The sweet spot is adapting.
Exactly. Or maybe you thrive on live Q&As. It's about identifying that intersection. Your best format meets their preferred platform. The assessment helps uncover that.
Got it. That alignment is key. So after strategy, we get to T, tactics. What happens here?
Tactics is where the strategy gets real. It's about concrete plans. So you get a customized 90-day video marketing plan.
Okay, a short-term roadmap.
Yeah, focused action for the next quarter. Plus, a detailed video content calendar. This maps out what videos to create, when to post them, all planned out for maximum impact.
Takes the guesswork out of it.
Right. And also, importantly, a personalized video outreach plan. It's not just about creating content, but actively connecting with your community online.
Makes sense. Strategy, then tactics.
Next in STAR is A, AI and automation. How does that fit in?
This is where the program leans into the current tech landscape. It's about using AI smartly, not just for the sake of it.
So practical applications.
Yeah. Like say you batch record some videos. AI tools could help transcribe them, pull out key quotes for social media, suggest good titles, descriptions for SEO, things like that.
Okay, streamlining the post-production.
Exactly. And then automation handles the repetitive stuff. Scheduling posts, maybe segmenting email lists based on who watched what. It's about amplifying your effort without you manually doing everything. Frees you up for the big picture thinking.
So AI is an efficiency tool, a helper, not replacing the core message. That seems to be the philosophy. And the final letter, R, is for repurposing. Why is that so important?
Getting the most out of your content.
You got it. You put all this effort into creating, say, one great video. Repurposing means that one asset works much harder for you.
How so?
Well, that video's audio could become a podcast clip. Key points turn into tweets or LinkedIn posts. The transcript could be a blog post or part of a newsletter.
Right, spreading it across different channels.
Exactly. It expands your reach massively and reinforces your message everywhere. Creates a much stronger, more consistent presence without having to reinvent the wheel every single time.
That STAR method sounds pretty comprehensive. Strategy, tactics, AI and automation, repurposing.
It covers a lot of ground.
The invitation also mentions a specific timeline for video creation, starting with foundational videos, then value, then relationship. What's the logic there?
It seems like a phased approach to building trust and connection. You start with the basics.
Foundational
Like your main website video, maybe an about video, explaining your story, contact info. The essentials people need right away to understand who you are and what you do.
Okay, the baseline, then value video.
Right. These are about showcasing your expertise, giving tips, insights, solving problems for your audience. This builds credibility and trust. They see you know your stuff.
Proving your worth.
Exactly. And finally, relationship videos. These go deeper. Things like client testimonials, maybe some behind-the-scenes content, more personal stories, stuff that fosters loyalty and makes people feel connected to you and your brand on a more human level.
So it's a journey. Establish, prove, connect.
That's a good way to put it. Build the foundation, deliver value, then deepen the relationship.
Okay, let's switch gears slightly and talk about Lou Bortone himself. He's called the video godfather in this material. Quite a title.
It is, and it emphasizes his experience over 20 years, it says. What's really interesting is he apparently got onto YouTube way back in 2005.
2005, that's early. YouTube had just launched that. Seriously early. That suggests he saw the potential of online video long before most people did.
What was his background before that?
He was a senior VP of marketing in Hollywood.
Oh, interesting. So, big league marketing experience.
Yeah, dealing with movies, major campaigns. That likely brings a certain level of strategic thinking about audience and messaging that's different from someone who only grew up in the online marketing world.
But the invitation also says his move into online marketing wasn't smooth sailing. It mentions a rude awakening.
Right. It sounds like he had to learn a completely new playbook, which I think makes him relatable. Many successful people find the online world has its own rules.
Absolutely. And he credits video marketing itself for his own breakthrough online.
He does, which adds weight. He's not just teaching theory. He presumably used these same principles to build his own online presence and business after hitting those initial struggles.
That personal journey matters. Are there endorsements mentioned? Yes, several prominent ones. Michael Port, known for Book Yourself Solid, praises his integrity and humor. Mari Smith, the Facebook marketing guru, recognizes his video expertise.
Big names. Any specific results mentioned?
There's one from Nika Stewart. She apparently credits Lou's guidance directly for the huge success of her YouTube channel, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions of views.
Wow, okay. That's tangible. Specific examples like that definitely add credibility beyond just general praise.
For sure. It moves from he's good to here's proof of what he helped someone achieve.
All right, so we've got the context, the method, the person. Let's look at the promised outcomes. The invitation lists 6 core benefit areas for brand renaissance. First one, reimagined brand identity. What does that actually mean?
It's positioned as more than just, a new logo. It's about a deep refresh of your whole presence, making sure everything, your website, your social media, your videos, your podcast, all consistently communicates who you are now.
So aligning your external image with your current expertise and vision.
Exactly. And making sure it resonates with today's audience. The goal stated is basically market domination becoming the clear choice in your niche because your brand is so cohesive and compelling.
Okay, benefit 2. Greater influence and thought leadership. How does the program help you achieve that?
This is about actively positioning you as the go-to expert. Tactics mentioned include launching or maybe revamping a podcast.
A platform for deeper dives.
Right, developing signature webinars to directly teach and engage your audience. Building out a strong YouTube show presence, optimized so people find your expertise. It's about moving from just being knowledgeable to being seen as a leader whose voice matters.
Becoming the authority. Benefit 3 sounds appealing. Audience growth and engagement on autopilot. How realistic is autopilot?
Well, autopilot might be slightly aspirational marketing speak, but the idea is building systems for sustainable growth. Less manual hustle.
Okay, what kinds of systems?
Things like using Substack or email marketing effectively to build a direct line to your audience. Automating content repurposing, like we discussed with the R and star.
Right, making content work harder.
And having a solid SEO strategy for YouTube so new people discover you organically over time. The goal isn't zero effort, but consistent growth without you having to push every single lever manually every single day.
More sustainable growth. Makes sense. Benefit 4, scalable revenue growth and monetization. Moving beyond just trading time for money.
Precisely. This part focuses on packaging your expertise, developing signature digital products, think online courses, exclusive membership content.
Leveraging knowledge in a one-to-many format.
Exactly. And exploring monetization for your content, like sponsorships for a podcast or premium versions of webinars, maybe affiliate partnerships. It's about building multiple income streams for more robust long-term financial health.
Diversifying revenue. Crucial. Benefit 5, high touch, personalized strategy and support. What does high touch look like in this year-long program?
This emphasizes that it's not a group program or a DIY course. It's one-on-one consulting directly with Lou Bortone.
So direct access.
Yeah, personalized advice, feedback, strategy adjustments. The invitation mentions ongoing optimization sessions, looking at what's working and tweaking things. Basically, consistent expert guidance tailored to you throughout the year.
That personal attention is often a key differentiator for higher-end programs. And the final benefit, 6, a long-term competitive advantage. How does it claim to deliver that?
This is about future-proofing. Building a brand and strategy that isn't just for today, but is designed to keep you relevant and successful down the road.
So anticipating trends, staying ahead of the curve.
That's the idea. Establishing strong market positioning, building a sustainable digital ecosystem. It's framed as building a lasting legacy, not just getting a temporary boost.
Okay, those 6 benefits paint a picture of a comprehensive transformation. Now, let's talk deliverables and cost. The invite shows 3 sample monthly retainer packages, stressing they're customizable. Visibility Accelerator, Influence Amplifier, Legacy Builder, starting at $2,000 a month for the Accelerator.
Yeah, that's the starting tier. The Visibility Accelerator seems focused, as the name suggests, on getting you seen.
What's included there?
You get the customized rebranding, included something called an AI brand persona, defining your online voice, a 90-day digital strategy and video content calendar, creation of 3 foundational videos.
The core ones we talked about.
Right. Then, a weekly video show, which gets repurposed into 12 other video assets monthly, AI automation workflow setup, a multi-platform repurposing calendar, and that personalized video outreach plan.
So a solid package for boosting visibility and getting systems in place.
Seems like it. Then the next level up, $3,000 a month, is the influence amplifier.
Building on the first tier.
Yes. Includes everything from visibility accelerator, but ramps up the content significantly. You get 5 foundational videos instead of 3. The weekly video show gets turned into 15 assets per month.
More content output.
Plus, it adds weekly podcast production and editing, and a weekly Substack or LinkedIn newsletter incorporating video, so expanding into audio and written formats more formally.
Right. Hitting more platforms to amplify influence. And the top tier, Legacy Builder at $5,000 a month.
This is positioned as the all-inclusive maximum impact option. It takes everything from the influence amplifier and adds even more.
Like what?
7 foundational videos. The weekly show repurposed into 20 assets monthly. Critically, it includes the creation of a signature digital product or course, including the video modules.
Oh, so they actually help build the scalable product.
Yeah, and creation of an evergreen promotional webinar for that product or your services.
Okay.
Plus, full YouTube channel management and optimization. And creation and management of a weekly live stream show.
Wow, that's very hands-on. A truly comprehensive, almost done-for-you service at that level for building a major presence and assets.
It definitely seems geared towards those who want maximum support and are ready to build significant digital infrastructure and income streams.
It's clear how the tiers build, and the invitation notes the investment starts at $2 a month with custom payment options, and the call to action is either apply now or schedule a free strategy session.
Right. It positions itself as a serious investment for people serious about transformation. The free strategy session is the logical first step for anyone intrigued to see if it's genuinely a good fit.
Makes sense. The document also briefly mentions other things that can be customized within Brand Renaissance, like just focusing on launching a video series or a podcast or building a signature course or a newsletter strategy.
Yeah, it lists possibilities like an online video series, your show, with channel setup, editing, SEO, video podcast launch and management, signature product development as a standalone focus, Substack LinkedIn newsletter creation and growth, signature webinar production.
So even within the year-long program, you could potentially tailor the focus quite specifically.
It seems very flexible. It even mentions an option for unlimited one-on-one support as a potential customization, emphasizing that high-touch aspect again.
Okay, so let's try to wrap this up. Pulling it all together, what's the essence of this Brand Renaissance offering based on this invitation?
It's pitched as this intensive, year-long, highly personalized partnership designed specifically for already successful experts, leaders, entrepreneurs.
Or people already established.
To help them navigate and really thrive in today's digital world, which is being heavily influenced by, well, AI and these broader societal political shifts.
And it's not just about looking better online.
No, definitely not just aesthetics. It's about a deep strategic overhaul using multiple platforms, video, podcasts, newsletters, digital products, all working together.
With the end goals being
Increased visibility, stronger authority and thought leadership, and ultimately scalable and sustainable revenue growth, future-proofing the business and the brand.
So a final thought for our listeners based on this deep dive. As you think about your own business, your own brand, maybe consider those elephants the invitation mentioned, the political shifts, the AI revolution.
Yeah, how immune does your current brand feel to those massive changes?
Exactly. Where are the vulnerabilities? And if you were to think about your own brand renaissance, maybe not necessarily this specific program, but the concept, what's one small step you could explore? What aspect feels like it needs refreshing the most right now?
That's a powerful question. What's that first domino that could start a positive chain reaction for your brand's future relevance and impact?
Definitely something worth mulling over for anyone leading a business or building a personal brand today.